Hello, it's been a while since the one and only Captain Rendrag has given you any sort of historical information here on the Horrors of History. And as I have hit the roads to New York to drop off my sister back in Chattagay, I have come across some really cool sights. Now, what I'm about to hammer home to some of you guys might shock you, especially when you think of America, you think colonial era, not really into anything before that. When you think of old America, you really think down the lines of New England, Jamestown, such settles like that. But what I'm about to show you in a second would actually predate a lot of that stuff by not 100, but hundreds of years. As I'm standing right here, I couldn't get over to where the Viking markers were, which is down in that region of New York. Where are we? We are right outside of Vermont. We're in a town called Westport, and the Great Lakes are right behind me. And I say Great Lake, Lake Champlain, one of the places with Champy. And over there, in that settlement that way, would be the remnants of an old Viking settlement that would predate anything on the East Coast that we know of. How did they know that that was there? Because they have found ruins down there that would predate it, and those ruins were not scripted or faked. They actually have roots growing underneath these rune markers that are down in that area. I would have loved to have filmed over there, but of course, New York's finest, state troopers were sitting there and they were probably having coffee or something down in that area, and I did not want to deal with that. But no, when you sit back and you think the oldest area inside of America is the colonial eras there, you'd have to say you're wrong. New England, Jamestown, and Virginia, yes, those are old settlements, but this stuff predates that by 200 years plus. And it's kind of cool. And I'm going to get to it in a second where I am at. But I just wanted to give you guys a roundabout when you sit back thinking, how old is America? And how long has civilization been here? And you'd have to go back even further because the natives were here even beforehand. And their settlements are all over this area as well, even up here in New York and Vermont, and they still have a very good presence up this way. So when you sit there thinking that the area was settled by the English, and they tell you that in school, you know, Christopher Columbus discovered America, Captain Rendrag gives you 100% permission to stand up and say that is bullshit. You probably get thrown out, but you know it's the truth. So I'm going to cut this down, and I'm going to do a little walk with you guys in a second about this fort that I'm on. We'll get to that very soon, and we'll talk a little about this as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit about the Vikings and being landed here in America way before Christopher Columbus even thought this was an issue. Probably way before Christopher Columbus was, as I would say, a nut stain in his mother's drawers. But yeah, there you go.